Hey sports fans, welcome to The Athletic. I'm Coach Nick, and I want to share with you my latest insights into the NBA game. So what do you say? Let's get inside Coach Nick's brain.
The Milwaukee Bucks just dispatched the Boston Celtics in 5 games in the Eastern Conference semifinals. And considering they are a number 1 seed and a 60-win team, it shouldn't come as a huge surprise. However, one glance at these games and you'll see how they beat the Celtics with a very specific type of attack. And based on their length and speed, Coach Mike Budenholzer has the Bucks taking advantage of the fast break in a profound way. In the regular season, the Bucks led the league in fast break frequency at 21.5%. And in the second round, they've upped that to a staggering 26.4%, practically leaving rubber marks on the hardwood as they sprint down the court after another missed Celtics shot or turnover. If you're wondering why they've been so desperate to get early shots, it's because when they do set up in the half court, their points per possession plummets to .92, which would be good for 29th in the league during this year's regular season. Knowing that the Celtics have a very stout half-court defense, the Bucks simply want to avoid letting guys like Horford, Tatum, Brown, and Baines dictate their will on the Bucks' offense. Just looking at a smattering of half-court possessions from the series, you'll see great spacing along the perimeter, but also the Celtics able to keep them there. No penetration below the free throw line, even if there's a lot of passing around the horn. The defense is more than willing to let them do that while the shot clock winds down and they're forced to take contested shot after contested shot. While this isn't indicative of every Bucks half-court possession, it happens on enough of them that Coach Bud should be very concerned in the next round if they have to go up against the Raptors, since they're very long and athletic and can cause some of the same problems the Celtics did when forced to run their offense. With all this in mind, it's a no-brainer to rally the troops out on the fast break to generate easy looks, and the Bucks' efficiency has been fantastic. With 1.12 points per possession on the break, it's exactly the same as the Bucks' regular season efficiency, good for 10th in the league. But it's still so much more efficient than their half-court production that you have to wonder if they can increase their transition frequency even more. Let's take a look at what's happening on the court and why the Celtics couldn't seem to stop them. On a made free throw, there's really no excuse for giving up a fast break bucket, especially at the end of the quarter, but Tatum can't keep Hill in front, 2 Celtics collapse from the weak side, and Connaughton nails the wide open corner 3. And after a made basket, the Celtics are back, but Tatum again gives Bledsoe 6 feet of space, so he uses the extra runway to get going top speed all the way to the hoop and the easy lefty layup. Confusion as they're getting back as Horford doesn't sprint to find his man Lopez along the right side, but doesn't close the gap enough despite Smart pushing him in that direction, and Hill makes them pay. There's a lack of urgency to get back to defend the paint, and both Tatum and Morris let Bledsoe split them for yet another layup. More Tatum issues as Bledsoe again attacks him one-on-one in the open court. He gets bumped out of the way and gives up the easy layup with Horford too late on his help. The Celtics half-court offense has been bad, and that has enabled plenty of opportunities to get back down court on the break. The team knows it must show a wall to Giannis when he gets it, but they're way too late recognizing where he is, and the Greek Freak just spins and dunks on an unprotected rim. Another example of the delayed fast break of the team defense ill-prepared for Giannis despite the ample warnings he's given them all series long. Horford has no hope of stopping him by himself. We've got Brown and Tatum doing a Keystone Cops impersonation as they both reach in for the steal of the Middleton dribble, only to let him right in the lane for the easy short jumper. Off a turnover, Middleton again pushes at full speed, no one stops the ball, something we all learned in high school, and this, sports fans, is too easy. Kyrie has been guilty all series long of terrible effort to get back on defense. After he gets stripped, he doesn't sprint back hard to pick up Connaughton, and this is a good look at a 3, and somehow Horford isn't called for the foul. More Kyrie issues. The entire Boston team knows they need to get back in position and show 2 players to Giannis. Instead of hustling back, Kyrie ends up reaching, allowing middle penetration and an easy kick to the corner for an open look for Mirotic. Kyrie goes for an ill-advised offensive rebound attempt, knowing full well getting back to stop the break is the full stop priority for the Celtics. This leaves Horford on the island with Giannis bearing down on him. Brown rotates to help, and this leaves Kyrie's man wide open to hit another 3. In last night's game, they showed better awareness to present a wall to Giannis with Baines and Kyrie shadowing, but at the expense of leaving Hill wide open in the left wing and no real effort to even try and close out to the shooter. And as this game and the series started slipping away from the Celtics, there just wasn't a big enough sense of urgency in getting back. Hayward is wandering down towards the free throw line, and at the moment Rozier turns Giannis back away from the hoop, Hayward needs to be finding his man. Way too slow to even recognize this, as Connaughton is lighting him up from downtown. Game 5 got a little ragged for both teams, lowering the Bucks' transition field goal percentage on twos to 55.7% for the series, but they sizzled at 45% from behind the arc. If the Bucks' opponent in the Eastern Conference Finals has any hope of winning the series, they're going to have to limit their turnovers, missed corner threes that lead to runouts, and certainly not get caught with their pants down after made shots. But if Milwaukee can continue running on at least a quarter of their possessions, there will be no way to stop them, and they can punch their ticket to the NBA Finals.